Good morning. How did you get on yesterday? No green screens for me. I was out and about last night. But how did you get on? Not much doing yesterday, to be honest. Got the likes of Juventus winning very, very comfortably against Cremonese, who have trouble scoring away from home. And all of the other matches were a little bit obvious, weren't they? Liverpool, you're expecting to score before half-time. Post or pre 20 minutes? Well, looked like a strong lineup as well. Do check the lineups in the FA Cup. We'll already see some familiar names. Gakpo, Soboslai, Curtis Jones, old Virgil, Frimpong as well, Gomez. So it's a strong enough side, Chiesa. So nothing doing there yesterday and pretty much throughout, really. So a good day to take off. Paris FC beating Paris Saint-Germain. Unbelievable, Jeff. When did they score the goal and were we able to play? It was a 74th minute goal, so insurance would have been a little high. But if I was involved, I think I would have got involved here. If I was playing, I would have still taken a risk on the insurance at this level and gone, if available, Paris Saint-Germain +1, if there was a decent profit to be had, or a relative profit to be had, rather than going match odds with 15 minutes remaining. But this is derbies for you. Probable multiple changes for the lineup. Sergio Ramos up front. What's going on there? My eye's deceiving me. Well, we had some decent players out and about. Sergio Ramos up front. That's a very odd move. So joys of the cup and derby style matches as well, even though it's Paris Saint-Germain. Let's have a look onto today's trading angles. Well, you know the drill, don't you? Newcastle Man City, 2.4 the favourite. EFL Cup. Team news, vitally important, of course. I'm not going to give you any angles here at all. The market's already warning you. This could be absolutely wide open. If this was the Premier League, you'd be looking at a home side who tend to score 2+ goals and an away side who've been eyeing 2 or 3 goals very, very regularly. Team news, vitally important, of course. I think this is the quarters, is it? Or the semis? Should tell us here. No, they don't tell us which leg of the competition. So it's a semi-final, okay. And it's one of 2 legs. So do note that. It's a 2-legged affair. So this is only really half time tonight. EFL Trophy, well, you play it by the odds to start with. Bolton excelling in their domestic league. Can they be bothered with an EFL Trophy run to spoil the fun? Huddersfield have been superb domestically as well. Luton Town catch the eye, and Stockport County. Those are the very strong odds on favourites with home advantage as well. Is that going to count this evening? Well, I'll be up and about at 7 o'clock for members, keeping an eye on that. But in-play stats will be the most important way in. FA Trophy is not the FA Cup. We've got the likes of Anstey Nomads, the mighty Anstey Nomads, and Clit Hero against Scunthorpe. 1.27 for Scunny. Again, is it going to be liquid enough to play? I don't know any of these teams. If I am to play, it would be with a strong bias towards the odds-on favourites. Bayer are taking on Marseille, 1.02. You can have some fun with a 1.02 if you fancy it. Normal scoreline between, I would say, 4-0 and 9-0 for Marseille. Pick 3 of those and hope for the best. You're likely to get a win 2-0. That's what 1.02 is telling you. You could do a bet builder for those of you who want what is effectively an accumulator on one particular team. A bet builder for Marseille. If Aubameyang's playing, for example, you could look for him to be scoring a hat-trick or scoring 2 goals. You could look for Marseille to be winning first half and second half. You can look for over 3.5, over 4.5 goals. Build it up into an accumulator. You can have a good run for your money if the odds are accurate. Again, team news, vitally important. Coppa Italia, Roma and Torino. Roma have been in excellent form, got their late 2 goals in SerieA. But are they up for the cup? We will see. at 8 o'clock. We've got the German Bundesliga as well. Stuttgart coming off the back of that 4-goal mauling of Leverkusen, which came out of the blue pretty much. But they are pretty solid at home. But we know all about Eintracht Frankfurt. That 3-3 against Dortmund advertises that they can be a goal-fest team at their best. Only one home defeat for Stuttgart, a side who tend to score 2 goals at home. So that's a really strong foundation to work off today. 6, 4, 4, 4, 10, 7. That's the total goals in Eintracht Frank away matches against the top 11. Unbelievable, Jeff. So those of you who want a bit of fun today, you could back a 3-2, 2-3. You could back over 4.5 goals, over 5.5 goals. Hope that the mayhem that normally comes with a Frankfurt match arrives. Don't forget, Frankfurt are a tough nut to crack. It only takes one of the big boys to beat them this season. So that's going to be a fascinating match today. Possible both teams to score. If we're going to see a goal fest, the logic says goal before half-time. Dortmund, the yellow wall, taking on Werder Bremen. And they tend to win 2-0 against teams around Werder Bremen in the league. Seems to be a straightforward angle in today. Werder Bremen have conceded at least 2 goals on 5 occasions away from home this season. This, for me, hasn't been many bankers recently, but that would enter banker territory today for sure. These won't be bankers, of course. I've just starred them for you. So the first banker of the day, I would suspect Dortmund on paper look incredibly strong. Bayer Leverkusen, Hamburger are a different animal at home with that really strong wins against Stuttgart and Werder Bremen, where they were losing. Came back, equalised in front of home support. Stuttgart was the last kick of the match. Werder Bremen was mid-second half goal. They do have some fight in them. Bayer Leverkusen, though, are going to be reacting to that 4-1 defeat against Stuttgart. So you're going to have an overtly defensive Bayer Leverkusen tonight. Is that going to blunt their attack? 3-3-0-2-4 goals scored away v 12th and lower for Bayer Leverkusen. Hamburger have conceded in every single match, I think, since the 18th of October. That's why they require that second goal to get the win. It should be a good battle today. I would expect both teams to score. Hamburger, as I say, in front of that amazing support, 50,000+, are going to be very competitive. It's one of those matches I'd like to watch this evening. Mainz against Heidenheim. This is a relegation 6-pointer. So for me, that 1.75, absolutely ridiculous. You're taking the bleep out of us, giving us that for a side with, I think, only 1 win all season. Heidenheim have suffered 2 2-1 defeats against, I think, 12th and lower away, and they play bottom today. So that could see our angle in. Possibility of both teams scoring today. No draw, I think, for Heidenheim in the last 7 away. So, yes, this is a relegation 6-pointer. I would certainly be targeting the draw, were it drawing about 85th, 90th minute. Roma and Torino. Well, it's all about team news, but Roma on paper, by far the better side. But it's all about whether they're up for the cup. Similar story with the KNVB Becker. Twente coming off the back of that 1-1 draw recently. Again, 2.5, the favourite. You should know this by now. It's signalling a very tough match. Saudi Professional Development League. Professional League. It's not the Premier League, or is it? It's getting to be a tradable league because you're getting some readability with this league. You're getting some world-class managers and world-class players turning up. Saudi cash can attract some real stars who have a real future in Champions League sides, but they decide to go for the mega bucks in the Saudi. I think it should be Premier League, but I'm not too sure. So watch out for Al Ittihad, 1.22 favourites at 5:30. I'll keep an eye on that match. The Challenge Cup, again, are they up for it or not? St Johnstone, postponed match at the weekend. Partick Thistle losing 2-0 to Ross County domestically. These two have got other things on their mind. Scottish Premier League. But are they going to be up for the cup? Ross County and St Johnstone, both from the Scottish Championships, they know each other very well. Are we going to see some team changes? Because I'm sure they don't really want this distraction when you've got the SPL to think about, St Johnstone, Partick, and you've got a relegation fight for Ross County. newly relegated side from the Premier League, but they're not enjoying it in the Championship. Copa del Rey as well. Athletic Bilbao having an awful season, but playing one of the lower tier sides. You can see the differences in the league by going to H2H here. You can see La Liga 2 playing La Liga. That's what I like to see in cup football. I like to see a discrepancy in leagues. It does offer you something. But the question remains, a bit like Crystal Palace the other day, are this lot up for the cup? Atletico Madrid away at Deportivo La Coruña. Now, back in the old day, with UK.Soccerway, we could actually have a filter. So we could look at teams' cup form in isolation. Now they've just done a mirror of soccer24.com, which is terrible. This website used to be wonderful. You used to be able to click on the team, and then you could look at their form in certain competitions in isolation. It gives you a clear indicator then whether Atletico are up for the cup and whether they get beaten only by La Liga sides. So this is difficult now because you're going to have to do it manually. That's absolutely butchered this website. This used to be a real go-to website for me to check out, even pre-season, checking out how teams get on in friendlies. Are they up for friendlies or not? Turkish Cup, well, it's much of a muchness. I'll leave you at that, I think. There's no other football today. And if you get Soccer24, make sure you pin any matches or any leagues of interest at the top here. Like the Professional Development League is good for goals. You can pin that one at the top. And as you work your way down, if you're missing any leagues, make sure you pin them at the very top. That way, you'll be alerted up here, as you can see. So that's it for today. I will be seeing members of FootballTradingProfits.com from about 5:30, just to see whether the Saudis would give us a run for our money. Al Ittihad, I think, is that old Ronnie's team, or is it Karim Benzema's team? I'm not too sure. We'll have a check. E-letter. Sign up for the e-letter. The link's in the description. You get free Premier League research every Saturday. And I'll add in a bit of extra research and some extra reports for you as well. Expected goals reports and AI reports. Now, AI is absolutely emotionless. Don't tell Sarah Connor. She'll be after it. It's totally emotionless. So what AI does, it looks at the stats. It doesn't have a personal opinion. And that could be very useful for you as well. So we've got that. And we've got a 14-day free trial still in 2026. Doing well at Football Trading Profits. We get the odd day, which is quiet. And I do take Mondays and Fridays off. But we get, when we're busy and when we're profiting, we are really profiting. We've had some great Saturdays and Sundays recently as well. It's a German Bundesliga week this week. So make sure you go off to FootballTradingProfits.com. You don't need to be a member. Read some interesting articles. It's Bundesliga week this week. There's a Bundesliga match on every single day this week. So I've done an article on the title race and the relegation race. All of these articles are completely free for you to come along and look at. I try to get 2 articles a day for you. Hearts are going to finally end the stranglehold of the old firm up top. Are they? Can they do it? They held on for a 1-0 win, down to 10 men at the weekend. Rangers, though, I think will be the nearest rivals. A very impressive 2-0 win away at Aberdeen. They're looking great. Celtic are all over the shop. Can't pick a manager. So you get these articles. We've got an Australian Open preview as well, if you'd like to look at that one. These are all free for you to look at. The research, of course, you can't look at. This is for members only. So we've got Premier League teams about the Cup, and we've got a whole host of other articles. So have a look round. They're all very relevant. African Cup of Nations, of course. Saudi Premier League, we're looking at that. That's caught my eye of late. It's you can watch the matches. It's got some very famous players in lower tier leagues can dominate those leagues. Arsenal's home form, and we've got a whole heap of other articles for you. They're completely free and available for you without logging in or without membership at FootballTradingProfits.com. So do come along and read these articles. I'll have 2 more articles today on whatever catches my eye to think about. So look forward to those. Come along to FootballTradingProfits.com and have a read. So I'll see you members at least. I'll see members of FootballTradingProfits.com from about 5:30 p.m. onwards today. Telegram service, although we do now have YouTube Live. So do subscribe to the YouTube channel at Football Trading Profits, because I will be able to go live as and when. So if you're subscribed, you'll get notified. With this Go Live facility, I can go live immediately via the webcam. Note, when I'm in Thailand, I'll have to put some clothes on because it's very, very hot. But this facility now will give me a little bit more flexibility to go in, maybe early evening, to give you a look at some of the matches, etc. So this is an excellent free tool as well. Doesn't cost you anything apart from clicking on that subscribe underneath the video today. If you can subscribe, that would be excellent. You get a live stream as well coming back on Saturday. It's been a bit of a wait for these live streams, but they will be coming back on Saturday for you. So look forward to that. This was a test of the webcam live stream, and the live stream allows me to share screens as well, so we get a good look at those. The live stream, 2:30 p.m. this Saturday. So make sure you subscribe, please. You'll see under today's video a subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. So I'll see members later on, 5:30. Could be a tricky day today. German Bundesliga looks the only real strong angles. Elsewhere, it's a big question mark about the cup, isn't it? So I'll be following the German Bundesliga. Some fascinating matches. Stuttgart coming off the back of a 4-goal haul. Will Bayer Leverkusen park the bus after getting spanked by said Stuttgart? And Dortmund look the bankers of the day. Now, my bankers have been winning. So that's an interesting angle. I might start recording the performance of what I term banker bets. Now, normally, banker bets for me, from a trading perspective, are sides you don't expect to lose. So that's a different from backing them to win. Banker like Dortmund, if they concede first, I'm more confident that they'll equalise, that kind of thing, from a trading perspective. Tennis, we'll be doing some more articles on tennis for you as well in the run-up to the Australian Open. The qualifiers are on at the moment. Have a great day. I'll see members from 5:30 onwards.